when you switch them off. That was the challenge we set the Fraser family 7 days ago. 1 week on, how is it going? Mum Jojo Fraser joins me now to check in. Jojo, morning.
Good morning, Stephen. I'm still here to tell the tale.
Sounding peaceful and calm in the Fraser house. How's it been?
Yeah, it does sound quite chilled. Well, there was 2 sunny days, so we could get out of the house, leave the phones at home, and, you don't have to think, just enjoy being on the paddleboard, going on adventures, things like that. So that helps, because if it'd been raining the whole week, that may have been harder. I think, firstly, it's just recognising that it's okay to get bored sometimes, and trying to teach the kids this too. My son is quite good. He'll be like in the car and he'll be like, I'm quite happy just looking out the window. So I know he can be content just daydreaming and looking out the window, which is pretty good for a 9-year-old these days with all the screens. But yeah, just allowing ourselves to get bored sometimes, just to sit. And because it's those little moments that you have with a cup of tea, or just sit down, I'll find out what's going on, or I'll share this funny thing that happened. There's this thing within us all, even before social media, where we just want to share if someone's funny or someone we really like or whatever, and we've been programmed to do that on social media now. So I found myself like going on the app, or I see my daughter, she's like, I want to know what my friends are up to, and apparently people they plan to socialize on certain apps and things now. So it's just, it's so hard. I think it's definitely a lot harder for the kids because, at that age, you've got a lot more FOMO, I've had a wee bit of twitchy fingers, but I think it is harder for them.
Are they starting to, and are you starting to see the benefits of it, of having that little bit of extra time in your life and that clear headspace?
Yeah, there is definitely a bit of a lightness there, permission to kind of switch off. But then you feel guilty, if I forgot someone's birthday, because perhaps you rely on Facebook to remind you, or, those little things that you just pick up. Yeah. I did buy myself 2 new books, though, so that's been nice. And my daughter's been reading a bit more. I've noticed that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, she's been reading. She does like reading anyway, which helps. My son, I have caught him on YouTube because it's still on the TVs. So, I didn't even think about that. You know how you can just get the apps from your telly. So I caught him watching his shorts and giggling away the other day. And I said, "You're not meant to be on that, remember? Come on, get that off."
But it's still different from being that thing in his pocket where he can just do it any time, isn't it? At least he's having to sit down in the family home and do it there in front of you.
Yeah, that's probably better, isn't it?
Any rows yet, or has it been okay?
There's been a bit of tension, like on the rainy days. It's like, come on, we need to let's have a bit of flexibility here, and that's quite hard. It's just trying to distract them, but I guess it's hard because you don't want to just be like busy, and then you're sort of just avoiding the, it's good to actually say, well, we're doing this for a reason, and it's meant to be really good for us, and trying to put a positive spin on it.
In it for another week, thumbs up?
Yeah, we're going to keep going. I like a challenge.
Jojo, I'm so grateful to you. It's fascinating, this. We'll check in with you in another week's time. Thank you very much indeed for doing it.
Loving the sunshine too. And we'll be going out for a screen-free dog walk at lunch. So There we go. There's the benefit there. Mixed. We have been playing a lot of board games, a lot of Connect 4. I've realised there's quite a skill to that game when you play it enough.
What's Connect 4? Remind me, what is Connect 4?
When you put down all the yellows, you've got to get 4 either yellow or reds.
Right.
And you're slotting them in. So I thought it was quite a simple game, but actually the more you play it, it can get quite complicated.
I've never heard of Connect 4.
Connect 4?
No.
Oh, need to check it out.
That'd be very silly. We're doing a jigsaw. When I say we, Jill's doing a jigsaw.
Jigsaws are good too. Love a jigsaw.
How are you finding it then? So, like most people, I think, I spend too much time on this thing, a mobile phone. So you're trying it. So you struggled, I think, a little bit. So what's been the biggest struggle for 2 weeks, do you think?
I would say, well, it was my birthday on Tuesday. Yeah. And what I find is so many people message you on social media. That's a lovely part of social media. And people that you maybe haven't spoken to in 15 years, they still send you a happy birthday message. And I'm like, that's so nice. So I allowed myself, I cheated on my birthday, and I thought maybe I could add an extra day at the end. Do you know what I mean? So I'll go into the 27th of September so that I got my birthday so I could at least hop on, see my messages and go, thank you so much, because you feel like rude if you just ignore them. So I think for me, it's that thing of, you don't want to be rude by ignoring people, people that don't know if I'm doing this detox. And also my daughter and I have noticed that a lot of social plans are made on the apps. So I actually missed an invite to something. So there is still, they make the apps so that we need them for everything.
They become your calendars, don't they, bizarrely sometimes?
Yes.
Your messaging system and...
Yes, exactly. And as well, because you perhaps don't give everyone your phone number. So you're in touch with people on whatever app it is that they don't have your number. So they would perhaps send you a birthday message or if there was a group, I think for group socialising, these apps are perfect. But if you don't get the message, people aren't going to write to you direct because if it's a group...
Yeah. So if you're missing the kind of apps and the invitations and the WhatsApp and the chats and the other, whatever all the other messaging things are through social media, if you're missing them, what are you enjoying that you maybe didn't think you would enjoy so much? What's the freedom giving you?
I would say clearer mental space. And then you have more time to perhaps clear the clutter, or I'll do that drawer in my room and I'll put things, just arrange things physically, because if you've got more headspace mentally, that can have a knock-on effect, I've found. It's more productive, like listening to podcasts if I want the screen. So listening to a podcast rather than scrolling for kind of 20 minutes if you've got a cup of tea or whatever.
I think I'm turning a bit of a corner, you know that, because I was moaning a wee bit last week about, how everything's online, we're missing social plans, but that lack of mental clutter, just getting in a hot bath and daydreaming without thinking, oh, I'll we scroll, or playing those board games, or going out for a walk, not necessarily having to put music on, not having to have that noise all the time, just listening to nature, listening to the birds. And I feel there's been a wee, I'm just a bit calmer. I am noticing 3 weeks in that there are some benefits there. Don't get me wrong, it's really annoying in ways. FOMO, missing out, missing events, all that stuff. But yeah.
Well, they say it takes 21 days to form a new habit, and that's exactly where we are with this challenge. What are you missing most from not having that smartphone in your hand all the time?
I am a bit of a people pleaser, so I like going on and seeing what people are up to and encouraging them if they've posted a new piece of art or something. I like cheerleading people on, and maybe missing birthdays and stuff. I feel really bad about that because I rely on certain apps to remind me. I know my daughter, she posted on her WhatsApp stories just saying to her friends, look, I'm still alive, it's just these annoying restrictions on my phone at the moment. So WhatsApp is even turning into social media now, because they can post videos and stories. So I think, it's crazy. People are moving with the times. All the apps are trying to get us sucked in. They really are.
And what about time? Is that, with no doom scrolling, is that the thing that has really opened up for you? Is just the opportunity to do more things and even just be a bit bored?
Yeah, we are meant to get bored. We forget this, right? Because if I start to feel bored, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling bored. I should be doing something. My brain has completely changed over the past decade. So having time just to sit and, not always having to fill it with noise, and also the opinions of others. We can get easily influenced when you hop on social and there's some debate, or, put these people, we like to put people in boxes, and good and bad, and all these different debates you see. And I think it's really nice just to have taken a step away. I don't know if I want to go back.
Oh, well, steady. We've got another week to go.
There's parts I miss. There are parts I miss, but I think I'm going to have to keep some of this up, whether it's a few days a week. I try and not go on. I'll figure that out.
Well, this is interesting. It's not just about you, though. It is about a family challenge, this. So how's everybody else been coping?
Well, my daughter has been frustrated, which is why she put that WhatsApp story on, because I think when you're getting towards teenage, it's really hard for them because they're so excited. They're making new friends. People are planning things on the app. There's videos that have been shared. I don't want her to fully miss out. I have thought about that. My son's okay because he can still do his game because he's like, this isn't social media. But they have been out playing more. They've been out playing more, which has been great because I just love seeing kids going out to play. Do you know what I mean? Just going out to a field with their pals and just playing. I love that. That really excites me. Brings me back to how the times were when I was growing up.
Yeah, and that's a change. They're doing more compared to how they were before smartphones.
Totally. I mean, get out, socialise, look in people's eyes. Don't forget how to communicate. We still need to do that. We can't become robots as much as these apps are addictive and our fingers are twitching and stuff.
So you're in the home straight now. We've only got a week to go on this digital detox challenge. You're getting confident about this. You're getting a bit cocky now, Jojo Fraser, about this.
No, I haven't. Don't get me wrong. I was saying the other week I snooped on because it was my birthday and I was getting all these messages and I was like, I want to say thanks. I want to read them. So I've cheated. I've not been cold turkey. I've had the odd hairy moment, but I've not posted anything. I've been taking the time.
No, we've been checking. You've been silent. It's good.
I've been totally silent, and that's like hard because if something funny happens, I naturally think I'll share it on a social channel, or do you know what I mean? It's like there is a part of me that feels like depressed.
Well, we've got 7 days to go. You're going to come back next Thursday on the programme. We'll wrap up this digital detox and we'll have a bigger discussion then about what you've learned from it and the family have learned from it, but maybe what takeaways there are for all of us. So good luck for the final, for the home stretch. You're almost there. Jojo Fraser, author and podcast at Mum of Two as well, doing our digital detox challenge with her family. Fraser joins me live this morning. Jojo, morning.
Good morning on this crazy windy day.
Wow, you've done it. How are you feeling?
Good. I feel a bit calmer. You know that. I'm scared to go back and get... Yeah, there's got to be changes. I need to take from this because I think whilst it's been frustrating at times, I think it has been a really good thing.
It's been a journey. We've caught up with you every week. Just remind us, from the beginning, how did it go right at the start and how has it progressed over the 4 weeks?
Yeah, at the start there was a bit of a conflict from that kind of fear of missing out, especially from my daughter who's just making loads of new friends in high school and realising that is very much how they socialise. So that was tricky, but we had some nice weather and I find that the playing outside, or it's called hanging out outside now, not playing, but it's playing really. I love seeing them get outside. So that's been really, really good, and that would take away a bit of the conflict. There's been hairy moments though, of course, because these screens are so addictive and they've got absolutely everything on them. Even WhatsApp's becoming a social media app now. People are uploading videos and stuff for their friends to see. So, yeah, and there's been, that is kind of missing, sort of sharing things, funny moments, good moments. You automatically are programmed now, well, many of us are, just to go on and share with whoever wants to read.
What have you learned from it, Jojo, and how is it going to change things in the family?
I would say, obviously be really enjoying kind of playing more games and more time outside and stuff to get away from it, but just learning to enjoy our own company as well, going to the bath, not taking the phones in, not taking the screens in. You don't need to watch that video in the bath, just chill in the bath, go for walks. You don't even need to listen to music all the time. Something about that kind of quiet space, it's just, they say there's more dopamine, right, when you have more calm time, and a bit less kind of laziness, procrastinating over clearing, a bit more like physical clearer spaces, because you've got more time, so you can maybe do that drawer and sort your makeup, or the kids can sort through their toys or whatever it is. And definitely less mental clutter. I think remembering the power of more face-to-face kind of contact as well, and how we it's very easy just to spend a day and contacting people online or whatever and catching up. But there's nothing like a good old face-to-face chat with people.
So I guess there's two sides to it. There's the kids, and what you've done is you've opened a window to them. You've let them see the alternative way of doing things, and it's going to be up to them how much they do of that. But what about you? Are you going to try and keep some of this going?
Absolutely. I think I need to, because it's overstimulating. It's overwhelming. You know, in the past, look, I'm talking like a changed person. I would go to social media when I was chilling out. I would see it as like a treat when I was relaxing to sort of just catch up on what's going on. But now I'm like, well, is it always a treat? Because it can be a lot for the brain, and the news isn't always nice, and there can be frustrating things there, or comparisons. You know, a lot of people leading these perfect lives and showing the highlights, and you know, anyone's gonna have, if you're having a bad day, you know, your who knows what your mind's gonna tell you. So I think if there's that temptation to say, let's see what's going on, I'm chilling out, I won't always do that. I'm going to try and have these other, you know, remember the habits and remember the distractions that I've had, instead of hopping on all the time.
Yeah. Rest of the day, what's the plan? Quick check-in WhatsApp after this, or out for
I'm going to be on it all the whole day. No, I'm joking. No, I'm going to do a dog walk and not take the phone. I'm going to try and, just really balance it. I'm going to try my best, because I do feel good. There's something in that, right?